to Marina's Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make a moist carrot cake. It is very simple because you put everything in together. There are a lot of recipes of carrot cake. This one I have done it for years and I'll never change it because it is a lovely moist carrot cake. I get a nice big cake out of it. And I'll just show you what to do. I have started off with here grating 3 cups of carrot. Grated 3 cups of carrot. And what I'll do now, I'll put in a cup of white sugar and a cup of brown sugar. Just put everything in together and mix it around. Now I've got two cups of plain flour, which I'm going to add is a teaspoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of bicarbonate soda, a teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of cinnamon. So just put them all together, just mix it up all together and just put it in with the carrots. Just mix everything up. Now just mix it all together. It's good because you can put everything in together and no mixing up and no beating. Now I'll make a well in the center of this. In the meantime, I have put my oven on to 200 degrees. And so what we'll have to bake this for about 25 to 30 minutes. Now I'm going to put 4 beaten eggs in here, and I'll add a little bit of vanilla to the egg mixture. And I'll put those beaten eggs through it. Just throw them all in. Now what I'm going to add is we need half a cup of sultanas and half a cup of walnuts. Just chop them up. They don't have to be fine. I just broke them up in small pieces, just enough to just put them together. So now we'll just combine all that, and also we've got 1.5 tablespoon of vegetable oil. That is our oil that goes into the cake. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add my oil a bit at a time and bring that all together, which doesn't take long at all really. And this makes it a lovely big cake. I'll show you what I do with mine because then I cut it up in quarters and I freeze each quarter up. Now I'll put my sultanas in and my walnuts and add my extra vegetable oil. Just mix that all up together and it comes a lovely moist carrot cake. I have seen a lot of recipes of carrot cake, but this one here to me has always been my favourite. My kids like it. It's easy to make. Just have all your ingredients, put it all together. Just keep on adding that oil a bit at a time and just get it all together. I have greased here. What I do is I put it in a nice baking dish. It's about 26 centimeters by 20. I like to put it like that. I'll show you why. Because I just like to have a nice flat cake. Instead of a round one, I bake it in that dish. Now that's all my oil gone in there, and which has made a lovely moist cake texture. Now I have greased that, a tin, a baking dish. You can put it into whatever baker. I've got this one which really suits this really good. Now see how that mixture is lovely and moist, and that comes out to a lovely moist carrot cake. So what we do now is just pour that in your dish. You can see how large this cake is. It takes about 25 to 30 minutes to cook, but just you know your own oven. Just test it with a cake tester and just see when it's ready. I'll show you what I do with it. Now I just put it in that baking dish like that. Now what I do with this is I bake it, and when I take it out, I cool it down. Now a lot of icings on carrot cakes, you have like a cream cheese mixture. What I do with mine is I only do icing sugar, butter and lemon juice. I'll bake that. When it cools down, I've got here 2 cups of icing sugar, a tablespoon of butter and enough lemon juice to have a nice consistency of a lovely icing. When that cools down, I'll ice it. That is just, it's a lovely texture with that lemon juice through it. You can do the cream cheese if you want to, but it doesn't really need it. The lemon juice through that icing is really, really nice. Now this is what I do. When that's baked, it's cooled down, I've iced it. Now I will cut that in quarters. So it gives me, this is what it gives me, 4 quarters of this sort of size of cake. I will put some baking paper on top of that icing so it won't stick. I do it like that, and then I put it in alfoil, and then I can take out a piece at a time. I can freeze it. I can, when my kids come over, I give them a piece. To me, this suits out better than making a round full cake. So I just cut it up in quarters, put it in alfoil, freeze it, or let's keep it, or whatever you want to do with it. But this is the way I do it, and it suits me fine, because when the kids come over, I've got a piece of this in the deep freeze, and I'll say to them, here, take a piece home, and they're happy with it. So I hope that you'll like this moist carrot cake. It's very simple to make, and it is a really lovely cake because it's got a lovely moist flavour to it. Thank you for watching.